the thing I just did is a technique called tapping. With the tapping technique, you use your picking hand to fret notes on one or more strings. Now, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm not a tapping player. I'm not like one of those incredible tapping players. So I want to show you this simple and doable approach. So hopefully you can get inspired and get closer to this technique. I'll just tell you my approach to the tapping technique and I'll show you this simple arrangement. Now the chord progression is very simple. We are in the key of A minor. We have A minor, D minor, G major, and E major. So just 4 chords. Now you want to be able to strum the A minor chord and the D minor chord while muting the 6th string. I use the thumb, lightly touch the 6th string so I can strum the A minor chord and the D minor chord without hitting the 6th string. For the G major and E major, we don't have this issue because they both have the 6th string. Fret 3 for the G and open string for the E major. So practice these chords using the rasgueado technique. So I like to strum with ring, middle and index finger. It's a quick strum with those 3 fingers. D minor, G and E. One more time. Now let's tap, and don't worry, we're gonna take it step by step. So here's the pattern. We have a bunch of elements and techniques that all work together to play chords and melody using the tapping technique. Here's how we do it. We start with one strum, the A minor chord, and I strum right on top of the fretboard with the rasgueado. So I like to strum with ring, middle and index finger. I'll do a quick strum. And then I have the melody on fret 5. I use the index finger on fret 5, so I tap on fret 5. One thing that I like to do, I like to keep the thumb on top of the fretboard while I tap. So I have fret 5 and then I pull off. So it's 2 notes, fret 5 and then the E, which is the first open string. I'll do that twice, 5, 0, 5, 0. So. Then I have one downstroke with the thumb, which is the reason why we keep it on top of the fretboard, because we just strum all the strings with the downstroke, and with the index finger I'll have an upstroke right after. So far we have. And that's the reason why you want to mute the 6th string with the thumb, so that you can strum all the strings without having this string ringing out. Now we're gonna have 2 more taps on fret 5, 5, 0, 5, 0. One more downstroke with the thumb, one more upstroke with the index. When I put the whole thing together, now I'm a classical guitar player, so I use fingernails. For this reason, I tap with my phalange. But if you don't have fingernails, you can tap with the very tip of your fingertip, which will make tapping even easier to do. Now let's apply the same structure to the other chords. For example, D minor, we do the same thing. Strum with the rasgueado, tap on 5 and pull off twice. Downstroke with the thumb, upstroke with the index. 2 more taps and pull off, 1 downstroke and 1 upstroke. When I put it together, now G major chord, put down the chord, do the same thing. We change the tapping note. So you have 1 strum, tap on fret 7, pull off, downstroke, upstroke, 7, 0, 7, 0, down, and up. For the E major chord, keep the same structure but tap on fret 4. We're only gonna do it up to these points. So you have rasgueado, tap on 4, down, up, and then this melody, which is played on the first string fret number 0, a pull off, second string fret number 3, 1, pull off. So when I put the whole thing together, now we can do the same thing, same structure, but let's add more tapping notes. The concept is the same. We have the same pattern up to a certain point. Rasgueado, 5, 0, 5, 0, down, up. Now after that, we have a longer tapping melody. 5, 7, and 8. So we don't do any more strums, we're just doing the tapping technique. Same thing for the D minor. Same melody. Now for the G major, be careful, we're gonna tap 7, 8, and 10. And for the E major, we keep it the same. See how interesting we can make it. We start with one note and then we can add a few more tapping notes. And trust me, I'm not an expert. I've been doing this for the past 2 hours. You don't need to have a solid technique. I actually think that strumming here is way more challenging than doing the tapping technique. So take your time to balance all these different approaches together. Now we have this beautiful structure, but you can do more or less, because you can use the tapping technique to play just one chord. For example, in this case, I'm playing F add 9 chord. I still use the thumb here on the 6th string. And then a G sus2 and a G major. And then A minor. Now I don't use the tapping on all the chords. In fact, I strum the F add 9, the G sus4 and G major. And then when I have the A minor chord, I'll do the tapping. The structure is the same. Again. Now we finish with these chords: F add 9, G sus4, G, and C, G, A minor, G, F. Simple tapping, so I strum, 5, strum, strum, and then E major. I finish with a longer phrase here. Let's check it out. So I strum the E major chord, then I have fret 4, pull off, 5, pull off, then just the bass, the low E string, now 7, 8, and bass, 10, and 12. Remember that for every tapping note, we have a pull off. So it's 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. Incredible approach. If this is the first time you're actually doing the tapping, you're probably gonna feel a little bit of itchiness. You're gonna have a little bit of redness on your finger, but it's worth trying. So I'm curious to know, like, did you ever like practice tapping technique before? Because for me, that was the very first time on the guitar. I'm gonna leave you to practice this. Enjoy this lesson, and I'll see you next time.